Welcome to episode 4 of the two-man game.
444.
Introduce the guests.
We have, the safest hands in the whole of Bexley. My guy. Big A, big I. What you telling them?
I'm calm still. I'm smooth, bro. I'm smooth. Yeah, man. Yeah.
You got any questions for him?
Oh yeah, let's go through the questions. I know we normally have some questions for our new guests.
Quick fire
questions.
Off the cuff. To really gauge,
Okay, gauge your sporting knowledge.
Where your knowledge is at.
Damn. Go on. Let's roll.
Ronaldo or Messi?
Messi.
LeBron or Jordan?
LeBron.
Mayweather or Ali?
Ali.
Fury or AJ?
AJ.
Pep or Klopp?
Pep.
Lakers or Clippers?
Lakers.
Football or basketball?
Football.
Okay, so football is your main thing.
Football and boxing.
Boxing. Okay.
Boxing.
Yeah. Melo got you out here today because he wanted to talk about something that happened on Saturday.
Very disturbing. I was so upset. Honestly speaking.
Upsetting,
so upsetting. The sport we love to hate, the brutal sport. It only takes one punch. It really
Just
does.
one, man.
One punch. I mean, if you look at the fight, Dillian Whyte, I think that's arguably the best I've seen in box. Like up until he got knocked out. Like he was boxing immensely. Like the jab, body punches, control, distances, hooks. Like he was doing the whole shebang. He even knocked Povetkin down twice in the fourth round. I thought, good. This is going to be done, innit? And then it's a quick, counter, slip to the left, short left, uppercut, counter, boom. Like you fight that around 4 games and you counter, the thing just flash. The thing was splashing and he was on the floor and he was out. Like, what were your thoughts on that?
It was gut wrenching, man. It was gut wrenching. I can't lie. Dillian was boxing a great fight, to be honest. Near enough punch perfect.
Essentially, yeah.
Up until the 5th round, where for some reason I don't know why he let him up close.
Yeah.
Just like it was random, to be fair, because he didn't let him up close at all for like most rounds. But then once Povetkin can just do that to you, man. He's a dangerous guy, man, with a heavy pedigree. So
yeah, indeed.
He's a seasoned vet, isn't he? I've seen
he's seasoned, man.
He's boxed like 100 more rounds than Whyte. So in the ring, it's had his that time.
An amateur career as
Gold
well.
medalist as well at Athens.
Yep.
So what do you think? Whyte? I know that this is not the first time he's been caught by a punch like that. I think in the AJ fight, AJ sent him through the ropes, didn't he? What's his technical flaws?
Obviously, like I said before, his amateur career ain't as vast. He doesn't have the Olympic background and pedigree that really allows you to understand the basic foundations and really reinforce them, so you can kind of scrub up on those sort of things. And he doesn't really have that, so he's still learning on the job, and so that's one thing he really needs to get eradicate, because that's like the 3rd time he's been knocked down by that punch. I think obviously Povetkin, Joshua, and even Rivas. And he's lost twice with two of those fights. So yeah, he's still learning the job, still needs to refine some things, and it looked like he did refine all those things up until that point. But the heavyweight game is one punch and that's it. It's good night, ring.
At the top level,
yeah,
his positional weakness there was what done him, because literally that shift to the right where he tried to hook with Povetkin at the same time, and Povetkin's was just way faster. He's got shorter hands, so in the pocket. He's gonna beat him to the punch. So
what do you think Whyte needs to improve? Like me, I'm deferring to you guys. You got the boxing knowledge. Like what does he have to improve for him to get that world championship title bout that he wants, or is it done for him?
Personally, I don't think it's done for him. Picking up the version of the world title in the first place, I think was gonna be difficult, even if he beat Povetkin.
Yeah.
Because if he's gonna have to face AJ or Fury. Yeah. Which I think he has a chance of beating AJ, but I feel like Fury would have just beat the hell out of him, just not even like a KO. It just would have been like a sustained, sustained
range.
I mean, him at range. Yeah.
You still obviously has a chance, bunch of chances you saw against Fury, like what Povetkin did to him, and his left hook is very nasty. But Fury's just so skilled. I think it would have been a very long night, and obviously the range would have kept him at the end of his jab the whole day, whole night long. I mean, before Fury beat Wilder the second time and took his belt, I felt Dillian Whyte could have really beat Wilder. He really could have. And that was his best chance to a title. Obviously, that's not an opportunity right now. I mean, he's got for his sake, he's got hope that when the Wilder and Fury, if they do the rematch, that Wilder wins, because that, you know, allow for easier route to a championship for him.
Does like Whyte still have a chance against Wilder? Because we're talking about that knockout power. If Whyte's showing to be like, he can be knocked out. This is not the first time. If Wilder gets a clean shot on him, Whyte.
The thing with Wilder, if it was Wilder versus Dillian Whyte, I feel like the styles match up a bit more as opposed to Whyte Povetkin, because Whyte and Povetkin are similar height. Povetkin is better at close range, whereas Wilder, he doesn't really have great boxing fundamentals. He sets up a good 1-2 to his right, but other than that, there's not too much there. So I feel like Dillian could have been able to do something against him. I'm not sure he would 100% win, but I think that would have been his best chance at getting a title.
Even Povetkin, like we said before, 2004 Athens Olympic gold medalist, he's only lost twice now, to AJ and obviously Klitschko. And AJ's the only one that's knocked him down a TKO. He's actually not even been knocked out like proper. It's been TKO. So that shows how tough he is.
He's tough.
And he got knocked down twice by Whyte.
Even that Klitschko fight, Klitschko was smothering him, illegal things, did illegal things to win that. So
do you think Whyte has a chance? Like if he does win, do you think he would win a rematch?
He should do. He ought to. I mean,
he ought to.
He ought to. I mean, he's got to be a bit more patient. But the way he was handling Povetkin, he's claimed he's gonna knock him out. I don't know necessarily know about that. He can do, but he should win the rematch.
Okay.
The thing is with rematches in this type of fashion, the thing that I hate about it in boxing is that mentally things sway in it. Because now Povetkin knows I could knock this guy out cold. And Dillian Whyte has basically just come off the fight where a guy's taken two of his biggest punches. His left hook and a left uppercut. So mentally, things are different now. So I actually favour Povetkin in the rematch.
Do you think it, like, okay, you've seen boxing careers, is it easy for Whyte to rebuild his career after a knockdown like this, or what normally happens to people that...
I won't say it's never easy, but he can do it. I mean, he's only lost twice.
He did it after he lost to AJ.
Yeah, I mean...
Did it very well, but to do it twice, where this situation now is actually, if Dillian Whyte loses to Povetkin twice, then
is this a bigger shake-up of the heavyweight division as Ruiz knocking out AJ, or
it's not as big as that?
Yeah, it's not as big.
But because obviously before the fight,
as a shake-up, because he was like ranked number 4 and so
number 4, but AJ was the guy at the time. You know, number 1 pretty much, had all the belts. Everyone think, well, people say he's run away from Wilder. Some people from Wilder run away from him. Like, AJ was seen as the golden boy of the division, and to Ruiz, everyone saw him as a fat boy. Did nothing. This, that. Everyone.
Last
but I know that Ruiz is seen as quite talented. He's like trained with some of the best trainers.
He's skilled, obviously, just overweight, and you know, but for his size, his condition actually is pretty good. Like, he lasts in fights as well, and he's got the fastest hands in the division, which sounds so weird because obviously his makeup and things like that, and he came through last minute. And he done a
if Ruiz was to fight Whyte right now, who would win?
I'd love to see that.
I'd love to see that kind of fight.
I mean, they have a lot of beef, banter, or you know, they cuss each other behind the scenes. I would love to see that, because that would be a grudge match, and they'll make some good money. Speaking of money, you know, Whyte and Povetkin, they both made like allegedly 3.5 mil
each.
The 3.5 mil for Povetkin and 4 mil for Whyte. And if you compare that to the UFC, and these guys are not even the top dogs in the division, it shows how much money is actually in the sport, even without the live gate as well.
Does that affect Whyte's purse when he goes in fights? This loss affect his purse when he goes in fights the bigger boys in the division?
Yeah, it could do, because he's not as, what's the word? He's not as big. If that makes sense. He's not as pristine, because obviously each loss you take, especially in this era, the Mayweather, when you take a loss, it's so catastrophic. He would take a hit on his financial power. Or earning power, or whatever you want to call it. And so, if he didn't lose, you know, gone straight to winner Fury and Wilder, that's what was talked about. He'd be able to, you know, bargain more at the table. But now they'll say you just lost the thingy. The stock is on a on a downturn. So, you know what I mean.
So for Fury Wilder right now, it's like that's the biggest fight now.
It hasn't been set.
It hasn't set there because Wilder's been injured.
Okay.
And he hasn't been saying anything. Like, no one knows where he is.
All he was twerking off like a.
Did he not laugh at Whyte for losing? Did he not have his retaliation?
Oh, he did, but he hasn't really been speaking out like as he used to. Like Wilder, before he lost to Fury, you would hear him. Because remember when AJ lost to Ruiz, Wilder was saying a lot. And while Wilder, even if he does speak, like people just brush their aside, like you lost to Fury. That's the type of thing it is. You know what I mean?
I got one last question. Do you think the atmosphere lacking fans affected the fight, or was it just still the same spectacle?
I think it would have been the same outcome with the fans, because it's not like it was like a intense fight. Like it wasn't boxed at a fast pace where adrenaline was high and everything. It was just like it was steady. Yeah, it was steady, and then just a punch out of nowhere.
Oh, no.
World class punch, man.
Elite.
So the last question in relation to boxing here, how would you rank the top heavyweights now, if you were to give your top fives?
Oh shit, yeah, I think it was 4th last time, I don't know why. I still got Fury, I still got AJ. I guess Wilder.
Yeah, Fury, AJ, Wilder.
So that three is just that's cemented.
And then the rest is pick and mix. I mean, Povetkin's now got his hat in the ring now. If he beats Whyte again, he's gonna fight one of those big boys. So yeah, everyone else is they're a couple steps below, truthfully. Even, well, me personally, I put Wilder a step below the top two, but he's still within that reach.
Okay. Is there anything else you wanted to adjust in regards to boxing, or is there anything else on your mind?
Man, you know what I mean? That's why I put Big A on. You know,
he's getting a lot of insight. I didn't even know.
Savant, not Savage. Not Savage. Savant.
Before we we change gears into football, and before we talk about the UCL final, which I know there's a lot of like talking points, and we can digress. Let's talk about this Maguire incident.
Oh God!
So Big Harry
Maguire was he was given a suspended sentence of like 21 months for his part in an assault and bribery in Mykonos, I believe. So what was your initial takeaways from that?
Well, when I first saw it, I thought, like, just typical, lad behaviour.
It's a lad behaviour, lad
behaviour.
It's lad aboard.
Boys will be boys.
Literally. But a part of me kind of did believe him when he was saying that he
was attacked.
Yeah. But then at the same time, he was drunk and that, so...
I don't know. It's kind of story because like you get more details of it. You're saying that his sister was like given a date rape drug or something, injected or something.
Apparently, the fight broke out after a parent claims his sister was injected with a suspected rape drug. I mean, I've never heard that.
And it's something to do with Albanians.
Apparently, she fainted straight away. Yeah.
She fainted straight away. And then we're hearing that Maguire punched an officer.
Something like that.
And the officer was saying that your career is done or something.
They said that. They said that they wanted to go to like a clinic, a local clinic. But then they got driven to the police station instead.
Okay.
So then that's where Maguire tried to use his alibi in court, saying that he didn't know that he was at a police station.
Well, he didn't know he was at
a police station? That's what he claimed. Well, that's what his defence team claimed.
Wow.
That they didn't know that they were at a police station.
He didn't know he was at... Okay, this is interesting.
It's very messy.
There's a lot of different parts. And then... So where's the bribery part of this story then?
I think, if I remember correctly, I think it's when obviously the police bucked him. I've obviously tried to pay them off to leave him alone. Like most people will do if they're trying to bribe people in that situation. They will try to, obviously, the situation, obviously, because Maguire knows, police come with the newspapers, blah blah blah. People will sensationalise it, all that sort of stuff. So he probably tried to pay them off to say go away, or even at the station, I said,
it might have been like,
pay them off to say put it by the wayside. When there's money, when you have money, you have power in it. So those things usually do happen.
It's very interesting because there's so many different parts of this story that you can look at now, because he even got called up to the England squad before the case. So that now he's got Southgate involved in this. For me personally, what I wanted, my key takeaway is that if this was a black player, if this was Sterling, if this was Pogba, the way they were escalated in the press, you've already seen some of the newspaper articles where they've kind of twisted the way it's like model, professional.
They give them benefit of the doubt.
Benefit of the doubt, like everything that they wanted. But when Sterling was doing this, it's like love rat or
even the one The one they compared it to on the Daily Mail, they said they had obviously Maguire's case, and they had Sterling buying a house for his mum, and the language they used for Sterling buying a house for his mum, saying, English flop. I think it's after 260 euros where he didn't have a good tournament. Like, English flop, buying a bling diamond encrusted jewel, wash basin, splashing the cash. I'm like, he's buying a house for his mum. Like, gee, it's just so nuts.
I've even seen that. I've seen that kind of similar thing when he was like between Phil Foden and like tossing at the barrel.
Yeah,
and they both bought a house from their parents, and one was like painted as the perfect son, and one was painted as like. That man was too much money too early.
He stinks so much. That's why we need to build our own platform so we can address this fairly. Like, it's just so stupid the way the language they use and the way they try to denigrate black individuals. Because imagine if this was Pogba, you see what Sky Sports have done. They've gone to Soon, it's got him up on the TV. They've got a quote for him straight away.
Literally.
Straight away, as soon as you be like, something like he's a drug lord, blah blah blah, a gangster. Obviously, I'm exaggerating, but you know.
Yeah. Do you think the way they portray this is because the media can relate more to Maguire than they can relate to a Sterling or a Pogba because they're similar, or they come from similar backgrounds, or is it just like basically systematic racism, as in they're trying to keep black people down?
It's 100% race, man.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's 100%
race.
It's down to race. And do you think that the situation with Southgate calling him up with this scenario, and when Sterling had that little altercation with Joe Gomez, how do you think Southgate should have handled it? Was it a lose-lose situation?
I mean, obviously Southgate, as his player,
he's removed him now. Though.
He's removed him now, but
I think it's too late.
Yeah, it's too late. Should have. He was kind of reactionary. Should be more proactive and removed him. Get him out. If you even want to save him, get him out of the fire and just come back another day. But they tried to drag it. They tried to keep him in the team as long as possible, and this gives off bad signals because obviously, like you compared when Sterling and Gomez got into a little fight, they banned Sterling for a game.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's ridiculous.
If you're Man United now, how do you handle this?
Well, I mean, obviously they're going to try and protect their player, but he should be stripped, in my opinion.
Stripped to the captaincy.
He should be
stripped.
I
mean, I could see that.
But obviously, I feel like the club will do their own investigation on the situation and that. But I guess
I mean,
just gonna have to take his word for it.
Maguire the benefit of doubt, because if his story is true that they tried to drug his sister, family comes involved in it. You know what I mean? I could understand why, not necessarily punch the police, but why would you get into that sort of situation with the people that did that? Because you don't play with family at the end of the day. But I feel United will wait for the end decision of this process. I mean, even recently came in today, they won an appeal to take up to a higher court. Okay. So who knows? He might get exonerated.
Do you think he should play while this is hanging over his head?
I mean, yeah, it's fine because there's no fans.
So you don't.
There'll be no issue for him.
There's no issue for him. No, but if it was your workplace, would they let you go into work if you had something like this hanging over your heads?
Probably not now.
So why do you think footballers should be treated differently? I don't think Maguire should play while this is hanging over his head. I think he should have some time to obviously sort out this situation and then go back to football, because to manage both at the same time it's a big strain on your mental health.
My views on that, because at the end of the day, footballers, sports players, they're entertainers, so they're different than actual, normal working professionals. Like when we go to work, we don't go to entertain, because their job is to entertain at the end of the day. Yeah. By playing the sport, so especially if there's no fans there as well, him going there to play, I don't think will be an issue from that side. But obviously the optics, kind of tarnishes United's name and the Premier League's name, kind of brings it disrepute if you want to go down that alley. So I mean, it's a sticky one. It is a very sticky one for United in terms of, and the Premier League, whether they want to ban him or not.
So if they do strip Maguire of the Man United captaincy, who should be Man United's new captain?
Who is? I mean,
do they have any leaders? Rashford.
That team is.
I mean, if we're keeping our buck on paper, it should be Pogba. But
yeah, exactly.
But it's Pogba.
So it's Pogba, so you're definitely not going to get.
And you might leave, so that's what's.
No, I think he's going to sign a new contract.
No, I mean, because he's not he might stay now, but before he might leave.
He was going to leave, yeah.
I mean, who else could it be? You can't be sure. De Gea's gone down the drain. I mean, before I would have probably said De Gea, but he's gone down the drain. Right back, Bamford's too young. Lindelof.
You don't trust him? I wouldn't trust him.
Matic doesn't play. If Matic was playing consistently, fair enough, could be Matic. She doesn't play consistently. But
some people are saying Bruno though.
Bruno, he's been there for 6. He's been there for what? 6
Bruno
months. 7, 8 months, and he should be captain. We should find out Bruno soon. Bruno, his day is coming. They're gonna start bodying him up.
I mean, he's doing the business. When that day comes, then my opinions will change.
He's been riding off penalties. I can't. Penalties.
He's a good player. He's a good player, man.
He's a good player. Rashford is the longest serving Man United player.
I give him a year or two. I mean, he's shown great strides in terms of maturity and that, but he doesn't strike me as a leader as of yet. Obviously, I'm not there in the day to day, so we know fully. But
I think Lingard should be. He's a leader. He leads them man to somewhere.
He leads them to somewhere.
He leads them to somewhere.
To the dance floor. The only thing that guy does is score some goals here and there and dances at the Emirates. That's what he does. That's what he does. You know what I mean?
Okay, let's talk about what everyone wanted to talk about.
He's slapping your chest.
He's slapping his chest. He's gonna hurt himself.
The jersey.
You don't even support them, so I don't know why you're so excited.
PSG shirt.
Hey, they buy after Arsenal. There's Barcelona, and then there's AC Milan, and then there's Bayern Munich as my teams.
When I was watching the game, you were not riding for Bayern Munich there.
AC Milan, I'm upset the way AC Milan are playing since the Kaka days.
When did you ride for AC Milan?
AC Milan my third team.
Your third team. Yeah. So you keep up with AC Milan?
I don't keep up as much anymore, but they're my third team. That's why I'm upset they've just gone down the drain. The Kaka days, Kaka, the Piolos, Cafus, Stam, Dida, Maldini, Shevchenko, Inzaghi, Gattuso, Seedorf. Should I go on?
That's the guys who used to ride.
I wouldn't say I was crying, but I was upset when Liverpool beat them in Istanbul, came out for 3-0. Like, I was upset, G.
Were you more upset than when Arsenal lost the following year?
No, come on, man. They say Casemiro doesn't score in finals, doesn't he?
But
if I say that, people will attack me.
He doesn't score in finals. I can't just say.
I mean, but if you use that as a true fact, people will attack you.
Yeah, but then if we mention another man that doesn't play well in finals, they will start defending him. You know who the other man that doesn't play well in finals?
There's two men that don't play well in finals.
There's only one man that doesn't play well. His name is Ronaldo.
His name is Messi.
You know what Ronaldo doesn't
His name is Messi. 14, 15, 16.
Was he in finals? That's not finals.
Those finals.
Let's talk about final moments where they've...
No, for Argentina.
We're not talking about Argentina. We're talking about Barcelona and Real Madrid.
You mad? It's true.
Talk about the Champions League wins. Talk about the Champions League wins that Ronaldo's had.
Yeah.
How many stand-up performances has he had?
He's had the one against Juventus. The one against Chelsea wasn't really one, even though he did score.
He missed the penalty and he's very lucky.
Missed the penalty, he did. He went to penalties, it's too fair. I mean...
It was okay that game, to be fair.
It was okay. The one against... The Atletico wasn't really great in.
Yeah. He wasn't.
It wasn't great?
No, he wasn't.
Di Maria carried him, Ramos carried him, Bells carried him. In 3 different finals.
No, like I said before, he puts his teammates mentally, psychologically in positions.
And then Messi in Champions League finals, what has he done?
The first one, 2006, he gets paid for that.
He didn't play, he was injured.
He didn't play that final, so you credit him for that. So the 2 against United, he balled out. I can't deny him. And the one against Juventus, he played really well. He balled out.
So that's 3 times where he's been there.
That's 3 times.
It's true.
Yeah, he balled out. That's more than Ronaldo.
Let's go to Argentina.
We don't want to talk about it. We're talking about Champions League now.
Is that too
We're talking about Champions League now. Let's talk about the
14, 15, 16.
Wait.
3 in a row. That's what I'm saying. Missing penalties.
We're talking about Champions League. Did we ask about internationals?
Okay, fair enough. The Champions League he balled out. 3 of the 4 finals he balled out.
Okay, let's talk about the performance of your...
But what I would say, finally, knockout rounds, who's got the top amount of goals, most amount of goals? In knockout rounds. Who's got it?
Ronaldo.
There we go.
But can we talk about this Champions League final? Yeah. That's fair enough. Ronaldo can score against Aprio Nicosia. I've seen him. He's been padding his stats again.
He's scoring against every team. And Atletico Madrid.
And Bayern can't beat them.
The teams that knock Messi out, Atletico Madrid, Ronaldo scores against those boys. Atletico Madrid are sick of the sack. Before this year, I think it's like 5-6 years in a row, Ronaldo has knocked them out. CR7, not Real Madrid, not Juventus, Ronaldo.
He lost to the worst team in the knockouts. Leon. Who's worse, Leon or Roma? I've seen Roma in the Champions League semi-final. I haven't seen Leon.
You saw Leon Champions League this year?
No.
10 years ago, I think, with Janino Peckinpah. Like maybe 10, 12 years ago.
I don't want to talk about. Let's talk about this final though. Let's talk about this final.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I'm not gonna start with you. Let's start with Big A. What was your takeaways from the final?
I expected Bayern to win because I don't have any faith in PSG. Bottle jobs, literally just been pumping money into this project, been doing nonsense in the Champions League. I wanted them to win though, because of Neymar.
Yeah.
And the amount of slander that he receives pisses me off.
Yeah.
People trying to compare him to Mane, things like that.
I've heard that.
So sick.
Tease, we're looking at you, Tease.
Yeah, that's a shout out for Tease, BJ, all these men.
Wait. There's a group of
of them.
They come out from the dirt.
There's a group of people that
come from the ground.
That's that group. We need to
say that Mane.
I'll have them here one day. so they can explain it
to Neymar. It's a monstrosity. But yeah, Neymar, unfortunately, he failed us.
He did.
Didn't play well at all.
Accountability.
Neymar just wasn't good enough. Mbappe as well.
Wasn't good enough.
I could give him a little black.
No, we need to put the lights on Mbappe. We need to put the lights.
Still young,
No, do you know what?
We need to put the lights on that chance he missed.
The most I love Mbappe, the reason I put the lights, because guys dare say he's better than Neymar. If you want to say he's better than Neymar, you have to give him the same amount of responsibility for us.
Yeah, that's right.
Because he pretty much.
We need to put the lights on what Mbappe did in that game. That miss, it was so tame. That's why I can't. That's the issue that I have.
Tentative.
And you know when you're young, you shouldn't have any fear. So why was he playing with fear?
I don't know.
He's done everything. He's won the World Cup.
Scored the World Cup finals.
Yeah.
The first teenager since
And he did that so tamely against Neuer. And do you remember that chance where he's offside? And he still couldn't convert the chance.
He couldn't.
I mean, I don't know. Neuer just went back. He went back in the time machine.
He had a phenomenal game.
And went back to prime Neuer. Arguably one of the best keepers to ever do it. That's
the best keeper of all time.
The best.
The best.
Wow.
The best.
Hey, that's a big talk. Is he better than Casillas?
The best.
Yeah, he's definitely better than Casillas.
The best.
He's definitely better than Casillas.
He's successful from crosses.
How about Buffon?
Well, Buffon. Khan. Schmeichel.
Yeah, all of them.
He's part of the keeper society, so I can't really talk too much.
Wow.
What about Lev Yashin? Actually, what about Schumacher? And Taffarel?
I don't know about these ones, man. Don't know about these ones.
And who else is there?
So let's say modern day keepers, 90s plus.
Yeah, I'll give. For me personally, between him and Schmeichel.
No, it's better than Schmeichel.
Me
No,
personally.
he's better than Schmeichel.
But what I would say,
But Neuer's peak was not. His peak years were not that long. He had like maybe from
2010 to like 2018. That's 8 seasons.
No, he fell off before 20. No, 18, maybe
like
16,
17.
16, 17.
Because he was balling like Schalke. I remember that time that Stankovic guy scored a volley from the half
over his head.
That header was actually a great header from Thingy. The distance he got on the header was actually immense.
One thing I can credit Neuer is that he did change goalkeeping. Yeah.
Because this having the keeper as a spare man now that plays, it's all from him.
Look at his highlights, he's doing flips, fam. He's doing Cruyff turns, he's taking a mick
from him.
And then when he started to fall off though, he was looking bad because when you're back as a ball
player, dodgy period, but
you think he's back now?
That performance was outrageous.
I remember Bayern Munich were trying to phase him out. They got that Neymar guy.
No. I think Germany were trying to phase him out.
No, I think Bayern Munich are.
And they bought, obviously his time's going to come end soon, so they got to replace him with young. But Germany were trying to phase him out actively, but Chris Dagan in.
Leno said no. Not Leno. No, he said no.
Neuer and Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich said if you get rid of Neuer, we're going to take all our players. And Bayern Munich is Germany, so the man shaft.
There was a story. So they bought the Schalke keeper now in Newball, in on a free transfer. Obviously, you know how Bayern Munich just steal all those players through the. Like obviously, we know Haaland's going to be a Bayern Munich player. Maybe eventually when Lewandowski turns.
The timelines are perfect. Lewandowski's going to get on a bit. And
Haaland will come in. So
hey, the Premier League mess around. They'll mess around and get Sancho as well. You know, don't sleep.
Oh, we have to blame Man United.
You reckon?
I mean, Sancho stays doing for a while, but they could just mess around and get Sancho.
Man United are in the Messi race.
Gnabry and Sané are 24 and 25.
Oh, Sané, to be fair, yeah.
24, 25.
Who about to play Sancho 10?
Sancho is a 10, he can play there, isn't it?
Muller will be done by then, so yeah. Shout out Muller.
It's already done.
Shout out Thomas.
It's already done.
Thomas, my guy.
He's only relying on his mental attributes to carry.
That's what it means. Remember, what does it say on our pod bio? What does it say?
I don't want Muller on my team.
What does it say on our pod bio? What does it say?
Okay, the truth, whatever.
No. What does it say? It gives the mental, physical, and technical perspectives, and mental's first for a reason, because it's the most important. And Thomas Muller,
you think he's the greatest mental baller?
In my lifetime, I've seen mentality-wise, he's the best. Just pure mentals, intangibles, he's the best I've seen in my lifetime.
So he's a great leader.
His leadership skills are good. I would say great, but everything else is mental.
It's an intangible.
Yeah, but he's intangible. Everything else. But right now,
is he a better mental player than Sergio Ramos?
Yes, 100%.
Ooh, no, that's a close one.
No, it's not close.
That's close.
Do you know why
it's close?
Do you know why it's not close? Because Sergio Ramos has the record for red cards.
That's why Muller wins.
Discipline is key.
Yeah, but
you're no good to me when you're suspended. You saw what happened without legacy. You're suspended. But what I would say, in terms of big games, as centre back scope, yeah, Sergio Ramos probably the best of all time as performing suited for big games.
And he sometimes does suspensions for a reason. He's trying to put his stamp on the game. Sometimes you have to get a red to help those men.
No, that suspension record is
for the record, G. He's a suspension match.
But sometimes you have to get the red to sacrifice yourself.
Okay, this red situation, maybe you're like 2-0 up and there's a goal late on. You wanna, fair enough. But his red cards are ridiculous. Like, and the thing is, you should have more. Look at his highlights. You should have more. I watched so many games. He's kneeing guys in the chest. He's stunning brothers like. And some reason I remember he's Real Madrid. I don't know. They have the referee in their pocket. I don't know. But he just.
You know what Real Madrid on?
He just. Well, you know Barcelona.
What?
Hey, you're a Chelsea fan, you know that. You know that.
You know Chelsea's on. Yeah. I know what Barca's on.
That's why Barca's on.
I know what. So they've got some dubious performances.
Yeah, but both enough for me.
So what was your takeaways from the game? Aside from Neymar.
My heart said PSG, my head said Bayern, my head was right. I mean, I have to eat some crow because before that I was really scrutinising and criticising the fact that they picked Koeman to start. And I was right up until he scored, but goals change games. I mean, even though I can't understand from a tactical perspective because he's quick, he's got good feet, and Kera is not
was Bernat on the left?
No, Kera is not. He's not an offensive right back or a modern day right back. He's a centre back. He's quick for centre, not quick for right back. So you have someone like Koeman, so agile, so quick, really good at dribbling. He can get by him.
I thought we called him a fluff player.
He does fluff his lines usually, and if he was fluffing his lines until he scored a header,
he should have had a pen. Koeman should have had a pen.
Yeah, to be honest, the referees they let them play, as they say in basketball, just let them play.
Mbappe should have had a pen and Koeman should have had a pen. Yeah. To be fair, the two things.
It's true. I mean, so Koeman, he shut me up, got a goal, and at the end of the day, he won the game. Thiago was immense.
Yeah.
Thiago Alcantara. What's a ball? See, I'm upset that Brazil, that he does not play for Brazil. He's a Brazilian. I don't know why he doesn't play for Spain. I don't know why he doesn't play for Brazil.
As you can see, your Brazilian bias coming through again.
I don't know why he doesn't play for Brazil. He should be playing for the Samoa boys. This jersey is iconic for a reason. He should be playing for the Samoa boys. I don't know why he doesn't play for Brazil. Imagine him in that midfield. Oh my god. Who else is there? Neuer was back to his elite best, like we said. The saves he made. Maybe he's the reason why they fluffed their lines, because when you see Neuer coming at you and just spreading his legs, doing this, wicked angles, it's daunting.
Angles
when you play against solid keeper, you go through 1-on-1. Okay, when they just make the goal look so small, it's so hard. It's so hard. But
you didn't want to mention Kimmich, because I know you guys are refusing praise on this guy.
What do you mean? He's when he plays right back, he's the best right back in the world.
He's the best right back in the world.
When he plays right back, he's the best right back. Obviously, he doesn't play there all the time, but he's the best right back in the world.
I agree with that.
And he's the perfect replacement for Lahm, and that game just confirmed it for me. He's got good leadership skills. He can play many positions. I mean, there's no, and I see why Lahm retired so early, because he retired at 31, 32, 33.
Yeah, but Lahm is a player that knows he knew his time was up.
No, he still had a couple years.
He did, he want to retire on a high,
No, but he could retire on a high a couple years later. Like, Lahm was that good and he was that smart. But
maybe he's got other endeavours.
It's true. What I would say as well, PSG had many chances. They had the same
amount of chances from looking.
And quality chances, but they didn't bag Neymar. Mbappe missed quality chances. Choupo-Moting could have got his foot to the end of that last chance at the last minute. He didn't. And if you don't execute well, like I say in basketball, you don't execute late, but when the clutch moments you're gonna lose, and that's what happened.
Poor thing. PSG, their run to the final was extremely easy. Did they really play a big team?
PSG.
No, the big team they played was Dortmund.
And they nearly were out against Atlanta. That's what PSG they're lacking. I don't know what they're lacking something mentally. Maybe if Verratti had started, it could have.
Well, yeah, what I would say, in the small defence, they will have injuries at the worst times. So in the last 2 seasons, we got knocked out. Neymar's been injured.
Yeah, but that's because his sister's birthday is local. His sister's birthday is local.
I'm not going to touch that one, but Neymar's been injured. Obviously now Verratti's injured, and in this game you have Thiago. I would have loved to see that battle between Whyte and Thiago. Even though I still think Thiago is better, but Whyte.
I like Verratti.
I like Whyte as well. And Whyte could outplay him on his day. And that midfield battle, which you could say won him by the game, Thiago dominated. Whyte came on, he was unfit. Whyte came on, done well, because I think he created the key pass for that chance later on, or something he was involved in a good chance, but. That battle would have been great because it's similar height, similar build, similar type of player, metronomic midfielders, passing everywhere, dribble, can handle the press resistant, those all players.
I would say Paredes, he played well when he was on it. I remember like a very nice pass to Mbappe. Obviously, you know what Mbappe was on in that final. Wasn't trying to do much. Marquinhos was good.
It was a nice game still.
I think we need to really, really look at this game about Neymar, guys, they ride for him. Let's talk about Neymar. Let's talk about Neymar's performance.
I hold my guys accountable. He didn't.
How poor was he? There was a time when he couldn't keep the ball on the pitch.
Going back to City, he got dispossessed 3 times. When I watched it, he looked more than that.
He was turning the ball over.
You know what they say in basketball? Brutal.
Yeah, he was just turning the ball over at key times. Like, I think from the second half onwards, there was a period like after the Bayern goal to maybe to like the 80th minute where they were doing nothing. I didn't even know that Neymar Mbappe was on the pitch.
At least Neymar specifically, at least he still tried to get onto the ball, unlike certain people. But that's a story for the
Who's the certain person?
No, that's a story for the
No. We're talking on this foot. Who's the certain person that wouldn't get on the ball in this game?
I mean, I don't want to go off track, but when certain teams are losing, certain guys, they don't get on the ball as much as they usually do.
Are they losing?
They shy away.
Losing by 6 or 7 goals?
Even when it's not 6, when it's 2, 3, 4. They shy away from the ball as much.
So you think Neymar wants the bright lights?
No. He wants to get the ball. You know when PSG lost to Barcelona 6-5 result when they came back? I saw someone in Neymar that wanted it. I saw someone in Messi. Not so much. Not so much.
Are you okay?
Not so much.
You know who this guy is that you're talking about?
Let's be honest. Let's evaluate the facts on what we saw. Neymar wanted it. Like he wanted it.
What did he do on
because he got the assist the last one. What did he do on Sunday? He was poor. I'm not going to deny that. See, I can accept when my guys are poor.
Stop saying you're
so you saying Messi was poor in that game?
Yes.
That the comeback.
His comeback he was good to a point. But then when they went 4-2 down when Cavani scored that goal, Messi was wandering around the pitch, just walking around. Neymar wanted it. Let's deny who wanted it more in that game.
Why?
Neymar took the mantle.
Neymar took the mantle because but sometimes you need a psychic to take the mantle.
It's true.
That's what Messi doesn't have anymore.
It's true, you do need that at times, but it felt like, and when I was watching and thinking that Messi, he gave up. I've seen too much of him.
When was the last time Messi had a valuable psychic?
Since Neymar left, yeah.
Yeah, and then he hasn't done anything since those days.
Yeah,
and he's always had a psychic worthy of turning up in the big moments from this period on.
Who's the psychic? Juventus, Higuain.
Yeah, because Dybala. People love Dybala.
People love Griezmann.
Griezmann doesn't.
Dybala and Griezmann are comparable, yes or no?
Griezmann's a benchman.
Yeah,
Griezmann's a benchman.
I don't know about that one.
Dybala starts.
Griezmann's.
Dybala's been benched as well. In the first season, Dybala was getting benched as well.
No, not now.
Go check.
Hey, no Messi team has ever won Ballon d'Or. Just to tell you that.
Huh?
No Messi team has ever won Ballon d'Or.
What do you mean no Messi team has won Ballon d'Or?
No. Has any Messi teammate won Ballon d'Or?
No Messi teammate.
Oh. Yeah. No. As Ronaldo's teammate won a Ballon d'Or with him there.
Modric.
Yes, he won it
because of the World Cup performance.
And he won the Champions League.
Huh?
And he won the Champions League.
Iniesta should have won it in 2010, but they robbed him. Snyder should have won it in 2010. One of the two guys should have won it in 2010, but they robbed them. So.
And then Ribery should have won it
2013.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So the Ballon d'Or, it's a fanboy vote, and I get it. You know, people don't like Ronaldo as much.
That's not a fanboy. Messi deserves more Ballon d'Ors. In fact, Ronaldo's been stealing some from boy Messi.
Here we go. But we digress. I mean, yeah. I want to go on to a different topic. Okay. Obviously, there was a good graphic. There was a team made of Barcelona players and Bayern players, of guys who won the treble twice. Obviously, we don't talk about Barcelona too much. We don't talk about... Well, in that team, obviously, it was Messi, PK, Daniel Alves.
Yeah, the Barcelona team's better.
No, I think Alaba, Muller...
No, they combined the team.
Yeah, combined the team. But I want to talk about the Bayern. It was, obviously, this is their time to shine. So, which team was better? The 2013 team? With the likes of Robben, Ribéry, Mandzukic, Schweinsteiger, Kroos is still there, Toni Kroos, beautiful player. Or the 2020 team that we just won the other day.
I'm going to go, my opinion, I'm going to pick the 2013 team. Technically, the road to the Champions League or winning the Champions League was harder, two-legged ties, no test of tactical disciplines. Obviously with the coronavirus. I wouldn't say favoured Bayern Munich, but the way Bayern Munich started to play in a one-legged tie, it's hard to keep up with them. You know, you can't set yourself up for an away tie. You can't. It's just running out for one game. And obviously, I think Bayern Munich, for what they are, they're the best. They're the best team in a one-match situation.
When you say Atletico were the best team last episode.
I had that Atletico. I believe
your opinions again.
But from watching Bayern Munich, the way they played, they were so intense. They're putting pressure on you from minute one, and to play like that, it's like do you know those FA Cup games? You know, there's ties where it's like the other team has no chance, but they're gonna keep pressuring you. Bayern Munich are playing with that intensity, and they've still got quality players.
I mean,
they're pressing you down. They're playing the high line. They're putting pressure on your pass at the back. You can't even get out of there. It's constant pressure. It's constant.
I mean, it's the German efficiency. Like I say, late game execution. They always execute. That Germans, their teams usually always execute. That's why this last World Cup was stunning, because Germans usually get to that semi-final finals. They're always there to perform. They're performers, and that's why it's no shock that obviously in the situation we're in, everything's been muddled up and confused. They were there ready to take advantage of the situation, which they did. And so, me personally, it was very close. I had to think about this for a while.
Why was it close?
It was close because
I don't really see.
I don't see this close.
I think it's close because
they have like
even though
class players and
this team has world class players. And I feel in time as the likes of Gnabry, obviously Sané wasn't really part of the team. Gnabry gets better. I feel it will make this team look better. If that makes sense.
Obviously, he can be comparable to.
I think Gnabry has an outside keyword being outside chance of being comparable to Ruben Robben. Outside keyword. That doesn't mean he's gonna do it, but he has an outside chance. If you go through the team, take away the players who are repeat players, because obviously they're repeat players. You can argue which version is better. Lewandowski over Mandzukic, it's night and day. Who's better? Even though Mandzukic was probably arguably more clutch in terms of knockout stages goals, but it's night and day. Who's better? Thiago, I think Thiago's comparable with Schweinsteiger and Cruz. Definitely, I think he is.
I think, but the combination of the two is just so much more.
But they didn't always play together.
Cruz is just as good as Thiago, I would say.
Of course, yeah.
So it's not, but then Schweinsteiger is as well. Schweinsteiger is there as well.
True.
So the combination is just so much greater than.
It's true.
Well, Goretzka it's Goretzka. I need to see. I like how he's built now.
I like Goretzka.
And his engine. So I want to see how his career combines.
But me, I don't think Thiago is levels of Toni Kroos.
You don't think Thiago's near Cruz?
I don't think so.
You take Cruz over.
Cruz is better, but I think Thiago is in that category.
So where would you rank Thiago like in midfielders?
No, I rate him highly, but just Toni Kroos to me is
immense.
Is he the optimum?
He's a problem.
I mean, Toni Kroos is up there. I've said it before. People kill me, but if you want to put the Javis, the Modric, these whoever Gerald.
I think Modric and Cruz are. There's no real difference for me in how I see the two players.
Yeah, I think especially after Modric's World Cup performance, he's right up there with all those guys, in my opinion. The reason I said that team as well, you got guys like Coutinho off the bench. Really, who's the guy off the bench for that team? You had Maxi Gomez, Olic, Ivica Olic.
He was a big goal scorer though. Olic is a bags man.
Also as well in defence, you know, I could still have Boat, Alaba, Alphonso Davies. I say Kimmich. By the time he finished his career, I think he'll approximate really well.
I agree with that.
Alphonso Davies I'll take him over Dante, even though they're very different positions, but that's the separation.
2013 Boateng and.
I said if you take away the repeat players, then yeah, but obviously you keep repeat players. It's night and day because Ruben Robben, like I said, if we're being 100% serious, even though I say Gnabry has an outside chance, it's still an outside chance at the end of the day. And the combination of Ruben Robben, I've always said this before. That's the reason they were able to win the Champions League. Combination of Ruben Robben was able to approximate what Ronaldo and Messi would do in terms of all performance. Even you could argue they could even do more than those two guys because their two players are more than one. That makes sense to what you guys.
Yeah, because I think that was before the two Spanish clubs started to pair up their players with the other superstar. I don't think had Bell arrived in 2013. Was it 2013 that Bell arrived? Or
because
I think Bell and Neymar they arrived in the same summer. That's when they started.
Like that, 2014 around that era. I mean, Messi's David Villa that was going past it. Obviously, Eto'o and Henry had left by then. Pedro, Pedro was a nice player, but he wasn't really Robin.
One of the reasons why I'll take that 2013 version of Bayern Munich is that they ended a whole era. They basically sent Pep to sabbatical, basically.
Well, was he in charge when they lost 7-0?
Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
So it ended that. I remember that. That's when Miller was good still.
It's been good for 10 years, apart from one season.
I can't forget that season where it was bad. I just can't forget. It was
last season. Look at this season. It was last season.
It was so atrocious. I didn't even.
But this season's come back.
It was worse than Lingard last season.
No, come on, man. He got goals and assists. Lingard gone a whole season basically without no goals.
It was bad. Miller was bad.
2010 World Cup. He was even part of the, I think 2009 final against Inter. No, that's 2010.
Yeah.
I mean, Muller, he's experienced. He's only 30. Like the guy is so same as Toni Kroos. They're 30, but they're so experienced. This is a job.
Been around, didn't it? They started. You don't forget. Like remember that 2010 World Cup where they all like came into the
limelight.
That German team.
Yeah, Boateng, no, because they all played in the under 21s.
Yeah.
Those all guys.
You just burst into the scene and all these guys.
Roasted Gareth Barry.
Yeah.
And Muller was a baller. Muller was.
I mean. There's a reason Muller's up there with all the greats. There's World Cup goals, your Ronaldo's, your Pele's, your Gerd Muller's, your Klose. I mean, there's a reason he's there. I mean, but the guy's a performer. I want performance over talent. I want guys who I can trust to perform on a consistent basis, and that's what he does for me. Like you know when you play Football Manager.
This is real life.
No, but you know when you play Football Manager. Just as an example, you know when you have those guys that your coaches will be saying he's a 2-star player. His attribute is not good, but this guy averages.
That's the coach's son. Muller is.
No, but he's. the attribute's not good, but what's good? His performance, average rating was 7.5, and it was when you play to a team wins. That's what plays. That's what Muller does. But to the highest of levels.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna give you this. Muller is a great mentally. Yeah, he's good.
He's a legend, man.
I just don't like him with how he looks with my eyes.
Huh?
When I see Muller with my eyes, I don't like it.
It's not about aesthetics.
You don't know Project Muller.
If do you want to win? Do you want to win?
I'm gonna win.
Then you get Muller in your team. If you don't want to win, you want to do fancy flicking tricks and somehow good stuff.
You don't need him on the ball too much. He's a master of space.
Telltale space.
Yeah, well, he
created a whole position.
He created a whole
He's
position.
revolutionary.
I'm gonna
put some respect on his name.
Put some respect on Muller's name. Oh yeah, question. Muller or Firmino?
Muller.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I don't know you became with that.
Muller definitely.
I can't remember why we had that.
I think he's because of last season. Firmino played well, and obviously Liverpool won the Champions League. Muller didn't play well, so I probably would have said something along the lines that Firmino was better than Muller that season because that was the truth. But overall, it's night and day.
Hey,
he's a good player, but I feel like Liverpool fans are getting a bit tired of him, to be honest.
Yeah, true. They should get us the proper striker.
I mean, they should, but I have a feeling it could imbalance their strike force.
Hey, do you know someone on this of us three said that Eriksen's comparable to KDB?
I didn't say that.
He said it.
I didn't say that.
He did say that.
I didn't say that.
He said that.
I didn't say
Remember you said it. Don't lie. Don't lie. What did he say? What did he say? What did he say?
This was about 3 years ago when Eriksen was balling.
No.
I said Eriksen, yeah, he's approximately world class status. And guys tried to
No.
Pause. Guys tried to trick that around.
He ended it at one point.
They tried to trick it around and say, and that means I'm saying he's as good as KDB. I've never said he's as good as KDB.
You put the two names in the same sentence.
I've said he's never as good as KDB, but he's approximately world class status, yes. At that time. So trying to force words on
I'm just trying to see. Obviously, I want it to be recorded.
Be recorded. I keep things a buck. I keep things a buck.
Do you know what? Because I was going to talk about basketball, but there's something interesting happened yesterday with a guy Messi saying he wants to leave Barcelona.
About time.
What do you know about time?
About time. Would you stay in a toxic relationship?
It only just became toxic.
It's been toxic for a while.
How long?
Because guys have been saying since Neymar left, he hasn't had a teammate. Guys have been making excuses. So since then, it's been toxic.
No.
Would you stay in a toxic relationship?
Why not stay in a toxic?
Would you stay in a toxic relationship? No. So leave. Get out of the toxic relationship. I'm happy he's leaving.
So it's a toxic relationship. Though,
right now, it's at the height of toxicity.
Yes,
that height of toxicity.
I'm hearing
the 8-2 result.
But yeah, obviously the stories and talks about from Barcelona. It's been bad. It's been bad. I heard that the Barcelona president hired a PR firm that was insulting the players at one point. They got Abidal to do the dirty work and then fired him off. And now Koeman's telling him that Messi doesn't have privilege.
Apparently.
This is the greatest player of all time. He's the guy with all the privilege. He's the greatest player.
Best player of all time.
No. The best player of all time.
The third greatest player of all time.
The best.
I would say the technically most proficient player of all time. The technical best player of all time.
The best.
The most precise player technically of all time.
The best.
But the third greatest player of all time.
You know what's so funny? I don't have enough time to go into
Let's not bring it up.
But I'm just saying, the GOAT, Messi, yeah?
The photo.
Okay, so what are Messi's options?
I mean, he can run back to Pep, and Pep can run back to him. They need each other, clearly. They need each other. So,
you think he fits into the Man City?
Like I said before, Messi and LeBron is similar. You build a system around him. You have to play the Messi way. You have to play the Messi way.
What happens to Sterling and KDB? I know
the rumor I sent you, the panic trying to get Messi and Neymar. If that's possible, even if it's possible.
No way that Neymar.
Because Messi, he's been begging Neymar to come back.
He has, man.
Yeah, the only way Barcelona can keep Messi is if they can't get Neymar back.
They can't. Messi should leave. Don't make idiot. Leave. Take a pay cut if you have to. Leave.
It's so funny because you know how Barcelona is actually run, like it's political because the way the Barcelona president has so much say so in how things are going. So basically, there's some talk that Messi's trying to force a presidential election to get that guy out.
Into politics.
Yeah, by saying that he wants to go out. So this is not the first time he's been linked to Man City.
But this is actually serious. Like it's 8-2. This is. I would thought I brushed it. Like this is serious.
Yeah, this is the worst point of Messi's time in Barcelona.
Yeah, people are criticizing him finally. Like
100%.
You know what I mean? People are
I'm not criticising Messi.
Of course you don't criticize.
I don't even see how they rebuild this, to be honest.
Yeah.
They need to get rid of all the old men. But think about it. This is
a manager, Barcelona manager, have no money.
So why? Do you know
bad contracts?
Barcelona have had bad recruitment. So they swapped out a 23-year-old for a 30-year-old. They've just been making an awful signing. When was the last time they hit on a signing?
It's been a while.
Lenglet, Umtiti. I think the last one probably Stegen.
Just Stegen.
He's been there for a while.
That's a great signing, to be honest.
A great signing, but that's a long time.
It is.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, Semedo is not great.
Nope.
Alba's time ago. Busquets is finished. Actually, I think Frankie de Jong will be a good time, but obviously soon to see. Arthur, for some reason, is not working out. I don't know why. Rakitic was a good signing, but it was time ago.
Yeah, it was a good signing.
Suarez was a great signing time ago. So yeah, it's probably Tegenin's probably the most recent one.
So if you were Barca, like you got your football manager hat on,
yes.
How would you even start to rebuild it? What would you do?
Me personally, I'm calling back that Coutinho guy. I'm calling him back. Get his ass right back. Come back to Barcelona. They got a lot of midfielders. I mean, I'll try and make it work with Arthur, but they already got rid of him. Arthur's a great player. I would work to replace Busquets. He's finished. Let's be honest.
He's very finished.
I'd look to get centre backs in because Umtiti's always injured. Lenglet, I'm not so one of him yet. PK's going down the drain unless he has an athletic centre back next to him. Semedo, can make it work, but.
You see what Davis did.
I mean, Davis is the best left back right now in terms of attacking.
I don't want to see him. He didn't. There was no willingness.
Hey,
he got spun inside and outside. No way.
I'll give you an example. If you go back to, I think last season, you saw Mbappe spin at Alaba. What are you gonna say about Alaba?
Alaba was good though. That's
yeah,
Mbappe.
Everyone
was good. Mbappe.
Everyone can get got. Everyone's ankles can get took. That's what happened.
But look what happened. But sometimes it's.
I think if you have him in a great team, he can work. Alba, he probably still has a good 3 years in him, even though I think he's overrated, but he still has a good 3 years in him.
No, Jordi Alba?
I think he's overrated.
You think he's overrated?
I think he's overrated. He has a good 3 years in him, but
he's a bit old now though.
He's old now, He has a great connection with Messi. He had a great connection.
Fair enough. Messi still has a good 3 years in him. Even if he's not the precise best player in the world.
So keep Messi?
I'll try to keep Messi, of course. You know what I mean? But, you know, you have to build a proper system.
It's so interesting, isn't it?
Frankie de Jong, I'll try and move him back to DM. So Frankie de Jong, unless you can find a real solid DM, but Frankie de Jong, Arthur, let me continue. You gotta make that work, or maybe have a brute on the bench that can play certain games. So basically, like a young Vidal. If they had a young Vidal in this team, chances young Vidal would start because he's just that good. But have someone like that, and so when you have in certain games that physical and you can't play the 3 boys, then you have to put Vidal, maybe Vidal, Frankie de Jong, maybe shift Coutinho out wide and off, something along the lines. Then Bele, I'm so sorry because he's so talented, but his injuries are a myth. And it's not just injuries, his mental makeup and his application to the game is all called into question, so I don't know.
So he's always playing Fortnite and stuff like that.
Yeah, these kids love play games. And then obviously still have Messi, Suarez has got getting on, so you probably need a new striker as well, so yeah.
Do you think that it's not only an issue just with Barcelona, but do you think they're lacking dynamism in their midfields?
Yeah, the midfields they're done, they're finished. Like Cruz can't run, Modric can't run as much anymore, Casemiro seems to can't be able to run. Busquets can't run, Vidal can't run it as much anymore. The only one that can run is Frankie de Jong, but he can get pushed aside and he can't do the run for everyone. Coutinho and Arthur, those type of guys are not going to run like that for you. So yeah, that's why they got against Bayern. They just got run over. The midfield got run over. Like, even though Todd doesn't run like that, but he's right now. Goretzka is running them over. And Thomas Muller running guys over, and Gnabry just running guys over. Just it was like it was frightening.
The funny thing is, watching that game, Barcelona were actually. They were in the game. They had Barcelona. They had Bayern on the edge.
That's why I would say the 2013 was better. The 2013 defensive were better. Bayern Munich, even though they did win, Barcelona had chances to win. PSG had chances to win. Obviously, they didn't. But you get my drift. Like they give you a good chance. And just that teams, I don't know, they're melting at the opportunity of putting away chances. Maybe you could credit Noel, especially in the final. But yeah,
if you had to have your final say, where do you see Messi at Christmas this year? Where would he be?
Part of me feels like he's gonna end up staying.
Okay.
If he stays,
but if he does end up leaving, I guess it's City.
Yeah. City. I need Messi in the Premier League. I'll go to the stadium to see him play.
So you think it's City as well?
I hope it's City, and I think he should see that he has to leave Barcelona. Like,
okay.
I can't really see him staying. The rebuild. Messi's not getting any younger. He's 33. He can't do this forever. He's got more championships to win. He's got, people like me, he's got some more to prove. I think people like you's ready
I think he needs another Champions League just cement.
I mean, yeah.
So we're gonna have to have all these stupid claims about certain dons.
Truthful claims.
Stupid claims. Stupid claims.
The truth hurts. It pierces deep when you first hear it. The truth hurts, man.
It's stupid. It can't hurt.
Yeah, it can't hurt.
And I need a trophy for Argentina as well. The Olympics doesn't cut. The Olympics is not cut for me. I need a trophy for Argentina. I really do. You could do it now. You could get into the final and be the shouting on the sideline and if Maguire or whoever's playing or Dybala steps up to play.
So if he's a benchman, you credit him.
No. If he balls out in the tournament and the finals, he gets into that Ronaldo does, and the team steps up, I'll give him credit for that.
Okay.
So in your mind, Ronaldo balled out in that tournament.
He played well when he needed to, like against Wales and against I think Hungary.
They only won one game in 90 minutes.
Hey. fam, they increase the teams in the tournament. That's what happens. You talk about you talk about football being a global sport. They made the Euros more global. They added more teams to it. So obviously they now allow certain groups 3 teams to go through. So all those things happened. And now because we're not the benefit, you want to you want to have sour grapes. You want to cry about it.
That's what he said.
You want football to be more global sport. You criticize Pelé for not playing the global sport.
He got through the technicality. That's what he got through.
Yeah, your technicality.
No, not my technicality. He got through on a technicality. He got through on he drew 3 times in the Greek. That's just
it was your technicality. You won the global sport. The football became global.
Lucky loser. He got through the lucky loser.
This is the consequences.
That when Denmark won the Euros in 1990. They weren't even supposed to be there, but they won it.
Hey, they performed.
They shouldn't have even been there.
That's also Feather and Schmeichel's cap 92 in that trophy. You know what I mean?
Let's end this pod on talking about your team. But yeah, I didn't know you were a Chelsea fan, so
making hella signs.
So what do you think about your prospects this season?
Dropping that bag, man.
I told you, Roman's accountant, he has money.
Roman's accountant got money.
That's why he lives offshore. There's a reason he lives offshore.
To be fair, I think I like the signings, but I'm not getting carried away at all. And that's not because I want to save face or anything, but I just don't. Someone like Chilwell, I don't believe in him that much. Thiago Silva's old. I feel like he can come in and help a bit, but it's not something that I'm bursting with joy about. But Havertz, Werner, Ziyech.
Who's you guys in for?
It make a lot of sense.
Apparently you got in for that centre at Malang Sarr.
Yeah, I think we're sending him back on loan, and then we're still trying to get one more centre back.
But I saw you were in for someone else apart from him, apart from Havertz. Was there someone else you were in for?
You need that Mike Manigan guy from Lille. They're trying to get another keeper.
We're flirting with like Oblak and Onana.
That Oblak one.
You need a keeper.
You need a keeper.
Sack off that. What's his name?
If Kepa is starting,
and he's a Balaga. Come on,
we need another centre back as well, though, even with Thiago.
Because you have a lot of rotation done, so you need some actual serious starters.
What I would say, Thiago, if I'm Christensen, I'm literally taking notes every session and watching Thiago.
You think he's gonna do that?
Because that's the type of centre back he could become. That's the similar type of player.
That's the type of centre back I expected him to be.
Yeah, he has to
after his loan at Gladbach.
Yeah, it was good though. It's what happened to Christensen is that he faced some physicality. And then when you have some sense, sometimes people shy away. He's not the kind of guy like that. He's a model defender. Like, do you know Lindelof? Them man don't like physicality.
Do you know what's mad is that I'm watching him from youth football, that 2014 team, or was it 15 that won the FA Youth Cup, and obviously at that level he was physically dominating all the strikers. And when he went to Gladbach, I was thinking, okay, we've got someone special on our hands.
Yeah.
And then when he came back,
you see guys like Troy Deeney.
Troy Deeney is a man. He's a man. He'll body you up.
You see youths like Troy Deeney, they're about it, G.
They'll body you up.
That's the thing. It's not even just guys like that. It's anybody. It's anyone. It's Calvert-Lewin.
Calvert-Lewin getting up.
He's strong, you know.
He is strong, but he's not the strongest striker.
No, but he's strong and quick, so he's got power. Troy Deeney's got stats. Calvert-Lewin's explosive. Like, you see him training, like the guys, he's toned up, he's kind of bulky. You know what I mean? Christensen, I don't want to go down the John Stones route because I wanted John Stones to ball out, especially for England, but he's just disappeared.
Yeah, John Stones is finished. To end the pod, what's your final prediction for Chelsea? Where did they finish this season?
I think we will finish third again. Well, not again, sorry. We finished fourth this year, or joint third, whatever. But we'll finish third, I think.
You finish? Interesting.
I don't think City and Liverpool will be as dominant as not City. But Liverpool will be as dominant. I feel like City will mount a better challenge as well. But I don't think, depending on who the last centre back is that we bring in and the keeper, then I have a better view of what we're going to do. But as of now, just what we've got, I'll still say third. But closer. Closer to bridge the gap. Yeah.
Can't get it.
Okay, thank you for listening to Team Man Game. Thank you.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
Episode 4 done.